morning and welcome to our delegates, speakers, panellists, the Hourglass staff team, the volunteer team and my fellow trustees. I think anybody that attended will agree that our conference last year in 2024 was an absolutely resounding success. And I'm delighted today to bring you our virtual Safer Ageing Summit 2025. I'm pleased today to tell you that we're welcoming delegates from across the 4 nations of the United Kingdom, and that's something we're very proud of. We warmly welcome Ministers Alex Davies-Jones, Jess Phillips and Calcub Stewart, and Dame Nicole Jacobs, who will give the keynote address for us today. I really would like to offer a heartfelt thanks to all of our panellists for giving their time and generously sharing their expertise with us. I think today is going to be absolutely brilliant in terms of the content that we're going to get from these panellists. Today promises to be a pivotal moment for all of us, not just for Hourglass. In an era where we know that there's a rapidly changing and ageing demographic, the representation of older people in critical dialogue about pretty much every aspect of their life, but particularly in terms of combating violence and abuse, remains woefully inadequate. And I'm pleased to say that Hourglass is not just at the forefront of revolutionising this narrative, but is starting to have some real traction and making a real difference in the lives of older people who are now experiencing violence and abuse. Hourglass remains firmly focused on the future, and we will strive tirelessly to create a society where safer ageing is not just an aspiration, but a guaranteed reality for all. And today, we are going to be inviting you to join us on this mission. To do this, today's conference will focus on how the UK can pave the way towards a safer ageing society. It's absolutely critical that we understand the urgent need that we all have to give older people a safer future, free from abuse, harm, neglect, and exploitation. Today will give us a really significant opportunity to reflect on the charity's journey and what society has made in terms of progress since Hourglass came into being. Making society safe for all older people is not just a role that Hourglass can carry out on its own. It's up to all of us to be vigilant and understanding and empathetic and recognise when people are in a vulnerable situation and recognise all that we can do as individuals as well to combat that. Finally, before I hand over to Richard, I hope you have a really good day today. And even though we're virtual and we're all going to be little heads on a screen, that you use this as a networking opportunity to meet fellow colleagues, build new relationships, form hopefully some constructive working partnerships. And above all, you are all signalling very strongly that you support our agenda to make the UK a safer ageing society by 2050. Thank you very much, and over to Richard.
Thanks, Andrea. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. As Chief Exec of Hourglass, I'd like to formally welcome you all to the Safer Ageing Summit 2025. And what a fabulous turnout. This is really great, not just for the charity, but also for the issue. It's now moving on to 9:20 now. And by 9 a.m. tomorrow, by this time tomorrow, 35 people would have called our helpline. And that's in just one day. A further 65 people will seek our support online, and that's over 100 people today and tonight needing immediate, urgent support and advice. And that number does not include the hundreds of people that we are actively working with today on cases. The amount of people needing that kind of intervention should provoke national outrage and bring a whole influx of donations and funding and support and garner a movement so strong that no one can ignore. Yet here we are. The issue has been ignored, it's been sidelined, but Hourglass will continue to champion the right of every person over 60 to be safe. And I'm pleased to say so many other people on this call today are with us on that journey. But that's why today's so necessary, why a Safer Ageing Summit is so required. It's about the profile of abuse of older people, which remains so low, despite the growing demand for our services the services of other similar organisations across the UK, and the increase in complexity in calls and casework. So we have to cajole and court not only influencers and policymakers, movers and shakers, but also the media and the general public, which is an outrage. We're crying out and asking people to listen and help us broadcast about this epidemic, which is happening right in front of our eyes. We have been, and we continue to, be sleepwalking into an aging population, which we are failing to prepare for. And that's really important. That's one of the reasons why we're here today. We are failing to prepare for this. Today is about saying no more. We reject that future where 2.6 million people across the UK are affected each and every year. And we need to demand a society where aging is respected and valued, and where abuse no longer exists across the board. Today is about garnering support and creating a coalition to plot that roadmap to a safer aging society by 2050. So it is my pleasure now to welcome our first keynote speaker of the day, which is Alex Jones MP, the Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Victims and Violence Against Women and Girls. Now, this is the second Hourglass conference that Alex has spoken at, and we are really grateful for her ongoing support. Alex is the Labour MP for Pontypridd, elected first in 2019 and later accepted a ministerial post in 2024. She's a vocal advocate for online safety and women's rights, and her responsibilities within government include victims and witnesses, violence against women and girls, and also serious sexual offences. Now, Hourglass research from 2024 shows that 23% of people in England and 25% of people in Wales do not believe that inappropriate or unwanted sexual comments or acts directed towards an older person is a form of abuse. Now, that underlines the scale of the challenge. So we are looking forward to hearing from the UK government today in their various forms and their view on safeguarding older people and tackling abuse, highlighting opportunities for that legislative review and the investment needed in safer ageing initiatives, again, across the UK. And of course, how the government's violence against women and girls strategy will support older victims in detail, and why explicit inclusion of older people across justice, health and community safety policy is vital. So delegates, we may now have a very, very short break for our first keynote, which will be Alex Davis-Jones, and she'll appear on this main stage in coming moments. But for now, I will leave you, and as I say, next person to appear on the stage will be Alex Davis-Jones. Thank you.